Here and there in the desert, you can find a well. They form part of a structure called a karez that's very important to the people here. Karez is the name for an underground water system that's been created by connecting a series of wells by tunnels to the foothills of the Tian Shan Mountains. It's believed that the idea was brought by Muslims from Persia, but when it arrived is not known.
The fault is full of thick clay, produced by the grinding of the surrounding rocks as they rub along the fault line. This forms a clay dam, which water can't penetrate. Water flowing down from the mountains pools against the dam, creating an underground reservoir, through which a kanat is dug to channel the water. Gravity does the rest.
We saw people working on a karez in the middle of the desert. They were a team responsible for keeping them clear of sand, which would otherwise block the channels. There were oxen pulling at ropes, which went through windlasses at the tops of the wells. Workers at the bottom of the well load waste sand and gravel into a basket, and the ox pulls the basket to the surface. When the karez was first built many years ago, they used the same method which has been passed down from father to son. But we wanted to know how the water could flow beneath the arid desert. So we went down ourselves to take a look. The wells are about 30 meters deep, or 100 feet. And their walls are plain earth. This karez has about 300 wells, and every day, somewhere, this sort of work is continuing. We decided to walk along the underground waterway until we reached the point where it emerges. It was just wide enough for us to pass in single file. Inside the karez, the temperature is only about 20 degrees Celsius, or 65 degrees Fahrenheit, but the water flowing underfoot is so cold that it feels almost painful. After the heat and dryness on the surface, it was a different world. It must have been marvelous when people were traveling through the desert to come to a place where you could find ice-cold water. That's the way it was in the old days of the Silk Road. But why did they take so much trouble to build the waterways underground? Well, water flowing on the surface would either be absorbed by the sand, or it would evaporate in the heat. In the days when surface canals were still very primitive, it was better to dig one underground. In days gone by, if a man had enough money, he would build his own carré system and charge people for using it. But today, the system is operated by the People's Corporation. And even though surface canals have become much more efficient, many people use the good quality water from the carrés. After walking for about an hour, we finally came to the exit.